Walker Video Games, Hearthstone. So what I'm showing right now, was my Shaman control deck before the Naxxramas cards changed the meta, and this is just showing how the deck used to play. It used to be one of my top decks for doing dailies because it would have a very good win rate. However, with the change of the meta, this deck fell off, and I had to completely scrap it. But the way this works is a principal Shaman control deck. What it does is it just tries to maintain field control until Alexstrasza is drawn, and then you Alexstrasza your opponent and you quickly beat them down. The combo that this deck tries to make is have about 1 to 3 minions on the field. Then you play Alexstrasza, get them to 15, and attack their life points with the minions. So you get them to 15 and do anywhere from 6 to 10 damage that turn. So it really gets them low. One of the best if you can have a flame elemental already on the board. So as you can see, what this deck's right now doing is getting to late game. So we played simply Loot Hoarder, and then turn 3 we bring out the Spirit Wolves. We took some damage, but that's not too bad, because Warlocks passively do damage themselves, and this is a handlock, and it will scale off. This isn't the worst. The one great thing is the Earth Shocks, is they will kill Divine Squires just outright, and get rid of and go through the Divine Shield, which is really nice. So at this point of the game, it's got Nervian Egg, so we got Divine Squire and they got Nervian's Egg, so yep. We just hex the Nervian Egg, so when we Lightning Storm next turn probably, we don't get hit. We don't have to deal with the Nervian Egg. And because this is a Zoolock deck, that means the highest creature they probably have is probably just the 5/7 Charger, Doomguard. And they might have Lord Jaraxxus, but that's very unlikely. So right now, we get an entire field wipe except for the 1/1 spiders. So that's really good. As you can see, we have 4 cards in our hand, and he has none. So we definitely came out ahead on that trade. So we go here. He takes out the spell damage token, but we didn't really even need it. And we draw wolves, so we get up a nice defense, and we hit flame up in the face. Now, Alexstrasza is a very good card, because if you get to a point where when you draw her, your opponent has under 15 health, then you can use her to instantly heal you, which is really good as well, so she works both ways. The only reason when she's not good as a card is when your opponent is below 15 and you're above 20, and then she's kind of like, you don't really have a good option there. But yeah, see, at this point we've pretty much survived, weathered the Handlock Storm, and we're just cleaning up late game at this point. So see what I decide to do this turn. Got Black Knight. Oh, probably Alexstrasza drop. Or we are just going to... Yeah, okay, so it is the Alexstrasza drop. And so we decided to do the Alexstrasza drop and then heal ourselves. Because this way we got rid of the 4/4, we now have field control. And unless the Zoolock took Siphon Soul in their deck, they're not going to have a way to deal with it. As you can see. So the thing is, we have a Hex on. See, we can kill the wolf with our fire elemental. Yeah, flame elemental. But we'll see what we do. Okay, so we just clear whole field. Yep. By taking out the Nervian. Actually, I did that in the wrong order. You should have hit the wolf first, so Alexstrasza would have taken less damage. That would have been a lot better play. And so we got the Defender of Argus coming out, but we have a Black Knight in our hand. And he messed up. That was the wrong order of his play. He should have played Argus Squire first, and then Defender of Argus. Order matters. And especially, order matters a lot in Shaman decks, because Shamans will always spawn tokens to the far right. So that means you want a Flame Tongue totem position, so as the totems spawn, they can use it. Excuse me. So, assuming we're going to... We got a Rockbiter? No. Guess we're saving Rockbiter for kill. We have 9 health, and he might be able to draw 2 cards. If you've got a Doomguard and Power Overwhelming, we actually would have been in trouble. Actually, no, we wouldn't. Oh yeah, because he could play on the Argent, yeah. So if he had drawn Gold Doomguard and Power Overwhelming, we could have lost this game. But because he didn't, we're in business. So at this point, we can Rockbiter. Actually, there were so many ways we could win, and then we just attack directly. We could have even attacked, put Rockbiter on ourselves. That was one way this deck won. But as you can see, one of the problems with this deck is when you're playing, it's a really slow control game, which means the games take really long, which means if you're trying to do quests fast or just trying to power grind, it's a pretty bad deck because it just takes so long to play one game. So this is against a Mage. And so we start with Blood Mage, Thalmos in our hands, and a Hex, Defender of Argus, and a Drake. Zero Drake. So Rockbiter, this is what Rockbiters were really good for turn 1. Just clearing mana worms. Before they blow up. I guess Rockbiters are also good because they can get rid of Northshire Priests as well. Priestesses. At this point, we can either spawn token. So yeah, we're just gonna spawn token. The thing is, Blood Mage Thalmos loses some of his value against Mage because she can always use her just like hero ability to destroy him. Well, that was a misplay. I don't know why she did that. Maybe if she had hit... Oh, I'm assuming maybe she was trying to actually clear the totem. But even then, it wouldn't be really worth it. So next turn we're going to have 3 mana. So that gives us the Heck or just coin option, but we also have the coin for the Argus if need be. Yep. So the reason she Arcane Missiles, she was trying to clear the totem, but failed. It's the Unbound Elemental. Perfect 3-drop. See our Squire and just Squire and Defender of Argus for a very solid defense taunt line. See what he plays. Okay, so he's going into the Elemental. The thing is, we can trade if we wanted to. Actually, what are we gonna do? If we trade out our whole field, we can see what we do. So yeah, we're just going to trade out the field because we want the taunt. Even though that might have been a mistake, I should have hit the axe, but I think the reason I didn't want to is because mages can do a super high amount of burst damage, especially if they take 1 or 2 pyroblasts. I wanted to just make sure that would not happen. There's the polymorph. Stormforge X, but I don't want to get, yeah. This was a really bad play, because he polymorphed, but I still had my axe. I could clear his questing adventurer right away. At this point, I just played Blood Mage Thalmos because I want the card draw. That's why he's played. So even if he gets taken out, it's still worth because I'll get 2 cards next turn. You can see the Mage only has 27. Well, it has 27 life, but Alex Draz is coming up in 2 turns, but I won't have as strong of a board. We'll see. Ogre Magi. Testingo. So unbanned elemental. Oh, nice lightning strike. So you see here, I'm gonna just flip. Don't get it, but do a lightning storm. Yeah. So then I play unbanned elemental and coin out the lightning storm, and we kill the berserker, which is really good because you don't want to face tank into that. That was actually a luck. Yeah, that was luck. That was because it hits for 2 or 3 damage. That was a 50-50 chance. There's the flame strike. She clears her whole field. And we got a lightning strike. We just don't play anything this turn. Now we don't attack because there's no point, because the damage won't matter when Alex Dress comes down next turn. So we got Death Lord. So she plays Death Lord. And this is when people are starting to still figure out the Naxxramas cards. But we have a Black Knight in our hand, which means we get Black Knight, the mage loses a creature, and we get a second creature. So the value is just immense. And so the reason I have a Cult Master in my deck is my deck, the way it would work is Cult Masters would come down when I log totems on the field with a Flame Tongue, and then I trade 2 or 3 totems out with a Flame Tongue, and then and that's how I would card draw. But however, in the current meta, what would happen is people just started taking a lot more AoE and silences, which made Occult Masters, because they're very fragile. If there were 2 4s, they'd be a really good card, because it just would be so hard to get off the field. You'd have to invest a lot, but that means wave clear. There's so much wave clear that can kill them, because even Pyromancers, if proc twice, can destroy them. Plus 1 spells, all the whirlwinds that are coming out, or even those 1/3 taunts if they attack into 1. And so this is the end of the video. And next video I'll show how I did change this deck to fit the current meta, or how I just completely destroyed the deck. And that's game.